Hey everybody, and thank you so much for joining me today here on Blind Whiskey Reviews, the most honest reviews on YouTube. As always, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below so you know every time I'm putting up a new video and starting a new live stream. This is going to be another of our quick hit sample videos here, so we're going to be doing a quick sample review out of these sample bottles that I have. If you didn't catch the first episode of this series that we're doing, these are all whiskeys that were either provided by a distillery with a smaller sample that I've swapped with other whiskey friends out in the whiskey world there, or in a predominant amount of them are whiskeys that I've already reviewed that I bottled. Gave them 3 or 4 months airtime in the bottle, and I put them into these sample bottles so we can kind of see where the whiskey's going, if it's getting better, if it's getting worse, and how it's doing. And you guys can figure out how, if you need to drink your whiskey quicker or if you need to let it get some airtime. So, without further ado, we've got 21 samples here. Let me get on to picking what we're going to drink today. All right, so this time the number generator picked number 20, if you can see that. 2020. So there's 12 here, 16. That would make this 20. So I'm going to cover up. Oh, I might need a glass. I'm going to cover up the label with my hand so I don't see what it is. We're going to pour ourselves a taste here. Put the whiskey back in the container. This one's got a very rich, sweet nose. Lots of fruit. And some dark fruits, light, like a kind of a blend of light and dark fruits. You've got like the kind of apple characters, a little lightness in there, and then as you keep digging, you get some of the deeper fruit characters, some of the cherry, the plum. There's a little bit of brown sugar on there, not too dark though. This whiskey's kind of a golden color, or a very light amber. It's got a little orangish hue to it. It's got a nice fruity nose. Let's see what it tastes like. Cheers. Fruity up front. As it goes over the palate, the fruitiness stays around, which is kind of different than most whiskeys. This one kind of stays fruity the whole way through. It just kind of changes the fruity character as it goes. So you got your lighter fruits up front, maybe kind of blends with some of like the darker characters, the darker fruits in the middle of the tongue. And then you're left with kind of a light fruitiness on the tongue. Not much bitterness, not much woody character. Let's give it another taste though. I mean, I like what we've got going on here. The flavors are good, very fruity, light, very drinkable. Proof-wise, doesn't feel too high. We're maybe in that like 85 to 90 range. I wouldn't say that it's an overly complex whiskey, but I think it tastes good. It's very fruity, very drinkable. So I'm liking what's going on here. I don't know how I feel about doing a rating on these whiskeys with such a short, quick review, and even my regular reviews, if you've watched my videos for a while, I've mentioned a few times that I really don't even like rating them in that format. It's just putting a rating on a whiskey in such a short period of time and not being able to sit with it and see how the air affects it and things like that. It's kind of tough, but for now we're going to stick with it and one more taste. Like I said, it's a little bit abnormal how much fruitiness there is. Like I said, it's fruity all the way back. Definitely not any kind of wood characters I'm picking up. Maybe a touch of like a spicy character towards the back of the palate. I like it. I think it's good. Very, very drinkable. I think I could maybe go for a little bit more complexity, a little bit more variety of flavors. But I really like what it's got going on, and I'm going to give it an 82. I think it's good. Let's see what it is. This is Minor Case Straight Rye Whiskey, Sherry Cask Finished. I guess that explains why we had so much fruitiness all the way through, is that cask finish. Now, I definitely didn't pick up the sherry per se, and I don't want to tell you guys I'm an expert. I'm definitely not an expert on wine finished whiskeys, but I definitely can see how it was a wine finished whiskey, because that fruitiness was just abnormal, that it was fruity all the way through. I like it. I think it's good. Like I said, I wish the rye would maybe come forward a little bit more, because I didn't really pick up a ton of the spicy characters from that rye, but I think it's really good and really drinkable. So this one is made by I think Limestone Branch Distilling Company, and they did provide this sample to me. So thank you to Limestone Branch for sending the whiskey out. It's really good. If you guys have tried it before, let me know what you think down in the comments, and I would really like to hear what you guys think. And if you haven't tried it, go out and pick one up, because it's actually very, very good. And it's interesting. It's a little bit different than what you normally get in a whiskey, so it's very intriguing. As always, if you want to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, you can do that at blind_reviews. If you want to send me an email, send it to blindwhiskeyreviews, that's whiskey with an E, @gmail.com. And until next time, guys, cheers.